We've just hit the big number. Well, we haven't yet. But
Oh, you're getting ahead of yourself.
by the time this goes out.
I think we're about to. It's going to happen.
Yeah. Guys, we're going to get 1 million. Is there a qualifier? Unique download? Or what?
Just
Just
say
downloads.
downloads with an asterisk next to it.
We're about to hit 1 million downloads asterisk for Podiots.
Hell yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you, everyone, for listening and downloading.
What are you going to do now that we're millionaires?
I'm going to go to the aquatic centre, steal a sea mammal, and call him Millie Ray Walrus.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Long overdue as well.
Yeah. What about you guys?
I'm going to take that. I'm going to put that on a piece of paper, go to Snappy's Tomato Pizza and see if that qualifies me for anything. I mean, I'll include a link to the YouTube video. It worked for the neighbour's cat, so I think it'll work for them.
Yeah.
Wow, with all the work we've done for them.
I've emailed them before. They don't reply to their emails.
Bastards. Everyone's giving a ring one day.
That's what separates them from the neighbour's cat. He at least answers his email.
He does. The neighbour's cat does have an active email address. Let's see. Snappy Tomato Pizza. I'm just wondering if... Because obviously there's a number of phone numbers for Snappy Tomato Pizza, but they're just the local chain.
Yeah.
I wonder if they have a head office that I can call. Contact us. Let's see.
Ooh.
Contacting your store. No. Customer care.
Yeah, let's see.
No, doesn't look like it. Contact us. Messages are sent to Snappy's customer service team at head office. Can I call head office? They don't answer. That's the problem.
Yeah, I don't really want to know us. I wonder what the Snappy's head office looks like. Do you think everyone dresses up in the suit?
Just a big square building. It used to be round. But they're like, no, we need a USP.
It's so sad. You look at this map. There isn't a Snappy's Tomato Pizza north of Wolverhampton.
It's quite sad.
There's just this massive expanse, and then there's... Where is it? Where are you? I know there's one up. There's one in... What's it called? Elgin.
Right.
Scotland. And then there's one in Aberdeen. And there's one in West Hill. I think I'm going to make a pilgrimage to Aberdeen.
Yeah.
It's probably the closest I am to a Snappy's.
It's possible, yeah. It's probably, closer than Bristol. Well, Aberdeen, I don't know. You'd have to look at the map. Yeah, it's probably closer.
It's about equidistant.
If they don't have a head office, we can just take to Google Maps and just pick any old building, change it to Feldhoyer's Snappy's Pizza HQ Meatfacery.
Podiots.
Podiots,
Snappy's
yeah.
Meatfacery. Should we do that right now?
Sure.
Yes, let's pick a fuck me.
Google Maps. Should we rename the one in Bristol?
Oh my god.
As the HQ, yeah?
As the
Podiots Snappy's
Square Pizza Emporium.
Meatfacery.
Square Pizzery.
Meatface, I don't know.
There's a Snappy Snaps. In Bristol's. In Bristol's. Let's see. So how do I edit this? Suggest an edit.
While. Suggest an edit.
Okay.
That's it.
There we go.
Change name or other details.
Oh no, not Snappy's.
Change the category to meat products.
It's already on pizza delivery, which is correct.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Located within Podiots.
Oh no, this is going to lead to a police investigation at some point.
Is.
Opening date 6th of 2009, 69.
Nice,
Yeah.
very nice.
We could add photos. I could add a photo of... Mikey, can you grab the still of Peter and I holding hands in
Already
front
on
of
it.
Thank you. Can you send it through Discord and I'll put that on there. So it's Snappy Tomato Pizza - Bristol, and then I'm just going to add a suffix hyphen Podiots Feld Hoyers. It's Feldhus, isn't it? Heus?
UES, yeah.
UES.
Yeah, I think so.
Got to make sure I spell this right.
UES,
That's very
I
important.
think.
Meat Facery. Okay. Oh, I said meat facery and my Siri woke up.
Hey Siri.
Yeah. Meatfacery sounds like I'm saying, hey Siri. No, stop.
Adding Meatface to your shopping list.
Before you know it, you've accidentally bought a franchise.
I've just looked on the website, actually, and they have all the information about starting a franchise right on there.
Yeah, they do. You can just do it.
Can we just start a Snappies
Yeah, if we have
franchise?
enough... That's what I'm going to do with my million.
There we go.
There's the photo. Thank you.
Oh,
Right.
brilliant.
Save image.
Oh, God.
Unable to preview. What? Open original. Let's do that. Save image to pictures. Unknown one.
For just as little as £10,000, we could own a Snappies. That's insane.
That seems pretty reasonable, actually.
It does, yeah.
You'd have to consider labor and everything else. Oh, your menu photo has been added. No.
Oh, no.
No, because further up it says add menu photos, and further down it says place photos. So that's not correct, Google.
That's bad.
Finishing photo upload.
People who are Googling what to order from Snappies will now see you and me holding hands outside as an official photo uploaded by the owner of the business.
I have now submitted it. As we know, this can take some time. And sometimes it's not approved. I have...
Oh, well, the photo's up at least.
Is it?
Yeah, that's on.
Is it already?
That looks so good.
Hang on.
Sorry.
Wow.
Where does it... How are you seeing that? I can't see that.
I've just got it open on Google. I refreshed and it's just in photos latest today. Is
Google Maps. Hang on, I need to see this now.
God, that's it's
Snappy.
perfect. It's so good.
Bristol. See your new badge. You earned it by adding photos at places. I just got a phone notification.
It's on latest today if you scroll down to...
God, this is awful. I feel sick.
Latest today.
I've never seen the inside. I didn't know they had turf on the walls and that they did bow buns.
That's
Do they?
I think they may have the wrong picture.
Right.
That cannot be ours. Get it?
Oh dear, that's not the Snappies I know. It's not dirty enough. Actually, it is pretty dirty, that picture. The floor's not too appealing. Oh, God.
Well, we'll have to check in on that as the podcast proceeds, just in case, because it got approved really fast that one time we did it before, didn't it? So It may well be that we come back later on and it's all done. We should probably get on with the podcast.
Yeah, that was a long old intro, but I think a productive one. Well done, everybody.
We accomplished a lot today.
Proud of us.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Podiots, the official Vidiots podcast. It's a conversational podcast where we take some questions from you at home and obey the law of the three Rs, where everybody brings
a thing along to talk about.
I'm Ben.
I'm Peter.
And I'm Michael.
Hey, guys.
Hey, that felt like a really unsynced thing along to talk about.
Yeah, that was
really bad.
Difficult.
Oh, dear. How are you guys dealing with the weather? I know it's been particularly hot in the UK recently.
All right. I mean, Mikey's probably had it worse than you and me, but
yeah.
Been noticeably mild this last couple of days. I know I lost my hat in the wind earlier. That was nightmarish.
Oh no!
What happened?
Just the wind. The wind happened.
But how did you get? Tell me the story. You nearly lost it.
I was walking home, hands filled with bags aplenty. So I was unable to. I had to panic. I felt the gush of wind go under my in my head, and slightly lift my hat. And as it tried to escape, I panicked, dropped a bag, slapped it back on my head, and turned it round backwards, so I looked like a Pokemon trainer, and that helps with the wind resistance.
Hell yeah, man!
Absolutely.
I'm glad you managed to keep it.
Thank you. I love that hat. It's a good hat. That's my day. That's how I'm dealing with the weather.
That's a real story. Thank you, Michael.
That's good.
What do you mean me go on about nearly losing a hat? Where's it going to go, Ben?
I don't know. I'm being sincere. I enjoyed that.
Oh, thank you.
I've got nothing to say. I'm relying on you.
God, please. I've got nothing after that. That was my one story this week. I've already done my thing.
Well, never mind. This is our conversational podcast, is it not, Ben?
It is.
It is indeed, yeah. And we take questions from you. We all bring a thing along. And we're also supported by donations. And you can support us and donate by going to streamlabs.com/Podiots donations. If you donate £3 or more, you get a shout out at the beginning and the end of the show, and you join Pod Squad. Mikey, you going to kick us off?
Absolutely. We begin with Dildo Shaggins. Can't shack it. Caroline, the fish are dead. Oh, bless.
Oh, no.
Bring a bucket and a mop for this. Wet ass blobby. Thank you for the triple whammy there. Beautiful.
Excellent.
Stephen Scodes, pro trainer, and did you eat those plops? Yes, sir. Yes, we did.
Also, Kevin from Con. Mr. Blobby becomes an MP. Mr. Black. Fuck you, Freddie Weber. Sorry, Freddie Weber. Mr. Macca. Serpentico is in my boy stable. What's Serpentico, Ben? Is it a wrestle thing?
That's a wrestle thing, yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Don Echo 7. Prince Beefcakes. And Ken Allen, Mr. Fatty team up when? Good question.
In the afterlife.
Oh, God.
Finally, we have Caroline for Meatfacery CEO. Donate early to get fast crew.
Nice.
Your mama so fat, finish please.
Oh, God.
Being witty is hard, so boobs. Mr. Blobby marries Caroline. Caroline Blobby get divorced. Shouldn't donate pissed. One-on-one with the piss taker and Gemma the stove.
Nice.
And that is your Pod Squad for this week. Thank you so much, everybody. Remember, streamlabs.com/Podiots donations to get a shout out at the beginning and the end of the show. Mikey? Are you question boy?
I'm question boy.
You're question boy, Peter.
Did
God, you
panic
give me a
for
heart
minute,
attack there. I was like, oh, no. I'm not prepared.
I've got questions. I've actually got too many questions, and at some point throughout the podcast, I will have to delete one or two of them. But I will pick one now to get us going. How about, this is a nice one to start, do you have a physical happy place? Like an actual place you like to visit and you feel happy? I was born and raised in Chicago for the first 12 years of my life, and we moved to a small town not far from it, close. Now I'm 32, and going back puts a smile on my face. K, love you, bye. That was from Paul at paulzaremba16 on Twitter. It's a nice question. Do you guys have a happy place you like to go, a physical one that you actually like to visit? Doesn't have to be exotic. It could be just, the local park or...
Snappies.
Snappies.
Yeah. Snappies.
There's a happy place.
Yeah, I've got one.
Yeah?
I think my grandparents' house that they've always lived in for as long as I've been alive, and the place is being sold this year potentially. So I'm going to have to go on one last pilgrimage all the way down south to go and see it for the last time. But they've got a big old garden, and we used to, we grew up there visiting all my cousins and stuff, and playing in the garden and making dens in the stinging nettles and stuff. Proper Enid Blyton shit,
Yeah.
Told that we can't play on our Game Boys because we've been doing that all day, and then being told we need to go outside, and then sneaking outside with our Game Boys and hiding and playing
In
Pokemon.
the nettles.
In the nettles. In our nettle den. So yeah, probably there. My grandparents' house.
That's my answer exactly, Ben, as well. Like
my grandparents.
Your grandparents' house in your nettle den. I'm a couple of years ahead of you on that adventure, that narrative, in that my grandparents did sell their house that they lived in for 50 years, a few years back, but it's still like just the area, like going, because it was kind of out in the country. So even if I go on like in the fields around their house and on the footpaths and stuff, it's still close enough that it still makes me feel, I guess obviously there's like a nostalgic thing to it, but it's not even that. It is just like you can kind of just breathe somewhere like that. I think you kind of forget about what's troubling you in your day-to-day life. And as much as we played in the garden and in the house, we played in all the fields around there anyway. So yeah, even though they've sold the place, it's nice to still just go to the area. But yeah, we did the same thing. We used to build dens and climb trees and stuff like that. So Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say.
I feel stupid saying mine now. But,
Snappies.
Is it the sink where you had that Dettol bath?
the smell, it takes me back.
I still climb in sometimes.
Just to remind me of the good old days. Mine's a little route from my parents' house to the local Morrison's, which sounds silly, but the route it'd take you through like the nice little village where I grew up. It's all lovely and quaint. It's just never really changed over the last 20 odd years. Then you go through a nice little park surrounded by fields, and you emerge from the park and you're greeted by the entire coastline of Sunderland, and it's a little walk up to Morrison's, which is a good little end point. It's just a walk I've done many a time. It's very nice. It's very quiet. That's always the thing that freaks me out about it. Going from Bristol to home is like, God, it's weirdly quiet here, except for the sound of waves and seagulls.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
cute.
lovely.
Oh, isn't that nice?
Yes.
Well, that's a nice way to start the podcast. I can really sort of try and bring us down slightly with my thing, if you like.
Peter,
yes, please.
Yeah.
If anything, I feel too happy right now. Could you emotionally devastate me?
Yeah, I'd love to. I've got a story here from the Daily Mirror that I just thought, it sort of made me laugh, even though it shouldn't have done. So I thought I'd bring it along and share it with you guys.
Okay.
It's not. There's not like much even of a kind of a twist to it or an interesting thing, but it's just. Well, I'll read you the headline. Teacher leaves student in tears after she realizes dog didn't go to live on a farm.
Oh no.
A computer science teacher has taken to Reddit to explain how she accidentally made her student realise her dog didn't actually go live on a farm, and her parents just used it as an excuse after having the dog put down. This is written by Paige Freshwater.
Oh,
Nice.
Excellent name. So Paige says the following. A teacher caused her student to burst into tears after realising her parents didn't actually send her dog to live on a farm. The computer science teacher was taking a class of 10 to 11-year-olds when she changed up her lesson plan, stating her original idea went to live on a farm. Wondering why she used this phrase, one girl named Chloe told her teacher that her terrier was sent to Wisconsin to help out a farmer with his day-to-day work. But without missing a beat, her friend Lina quickly put her right.
Oh, so it wasn't even the teacher, it was
Lena.
a student.
Yeah,
Oh.
so that's a summary of it. Now, of course, in the interest of padding out the article, they basically rehash the story, but it's a bit more interesting with detail, I think. So speaking to Reddit, the American teacher said, "We spent about a week working with a piece of software that had been problematic for us from the start. Lots of weird server hang-ups and failed updates." Now got to scroll past 4 ads, all of them dog-related. The algorithm is doing its work. Okay, so questioning the change, Chloe asked the teacher, "Wait, this isn't that other software. Why aren't we going to do that anymore?" To which the teacher responded, "No, that project went to live on a farm in Wisconsin. We're doing something new now." Chloe followed up with, "Before we moved, my dog went to live on a farm in Wisconsin."
is that the American variation then, that they go to Wisconsin specifically?
In Wisconsin specifically, yeah, seemingly.
Yeah.
Explaining how Chloe can quickly lose interest in what she is working on, the teacher said, "Chloe is one of the sweetest kids I've taught. She's always bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, a talented artist who has a lot of compassion for the people around her. She's also a massive space cadet who needs to be constantly brought back on track with whatever is happening around her." And when describing her friend, who she sits next to in class, she added, "Lina is blisteringly intelligent and well accomplished for her age, with a sense of importance that goes along with being a semi-prodigy at age 10.
Oh, I don't know why. All these words that make me feel like this is like a sleighted hand way of saying the child's a bit of a twat. But
Yeah, I mean, Lina's
Surely
clearly
she's not using the
that
real names, right? As well.
Well, I hope so, yeah. Lina's clearly not that intelligent if she didn't realise that maybe the girl sitting next to her was, blissfully unaware of what happened. But the quote continues by the teacher, still talking about Lina. "She became a Karen in utero, comes from a mighty line of Karens, and shall one day walk among them as their queen."
Jesus
Wow.
Christ.
I mean, even if you feel like that, that's like, it's not going to be hard to, now it's gone viral for her to be tracked down, like the teacher's real identity.
Yeah. Yeah,
Because
for sure.
Because the parent will know if their child comes home from, school very upset because they worked out that their dog is actually dead.
Yeah.
They get fired for this.
Uh-huh. After overhearing Chloe explain how her dog is now living on a farm, Lina didn't spare a moment to set her straight, saying, "Parents say that when your dog dies. Your dog is dead, Chloe."
Oh.
With that,
Wow.
Chloe
Some friend.
Chloe burst into tears in the middle of class. The teacher added, "I felt so bad that I emailed Mom to give her a heads up that she might have a sad kid on her hands after school." Her mum replied that the dog was a little terrier and not very well trained. It bolted from her car in a parking lot after she'd taken it for a pre-travel vaccination. It was hit by another car and died on the spot.
Oh my God.
They're going to tell her a slightly less graphic version of the story, says the teacher. While most users shared a thought for Chloe, others couldn't help but laugh at the teacher's unfortunate situation. One user said, "I feel bad for laughing, but I'm just imagining the faces of 30 kids being crushed at once." Another user added, "When I was about 10, my grandparents moved to a different state. They told my siblings and I that their dog, Queenie, went to live at a farm. Well into my teen years, I asked my grandma to clarify. I point blank asked her if they put the dog down. She got offended and told me the dog went to live with some friends from their church. It was awkward." A third user said, "My grandparents, who live on a lovely farm in Canada, once adopted their friend's elderly dog when they couldn't take care of her anymore. She lived a few more years getting showered with love, running around free and going on outdoor adventures. I wonder how it would sound when their friends describe what happened, especially if they have kids, since the fantasy was true here." That's the end of the article. This happened to my brother, actually, when we were so we had a dog when I was, I think, maybe 7 or 8, and she bit a couple of people. She was really protective of me and my siblings. I have a younger sister, so my sister was probably only maybe 5 or something, and the dog was apparently a bit protective only when the kids were around. And she bit the woman over the road had a cleaner, and she bit the cleaner once, and then she bit the postman on a separate occasion. And at that point, I think my parents thought, we can't have this dog biting people. So they told us it went to live on a farm. We lived in the middle of the countryside, so that seemed a bit far-fetched, but I think at the time I believed it. And then, I eventually realised over time the dog was not sent to live on a farm. But years later, when I was probably I think my brother must have been about 15 or something like that. And I think one of us said in passing when we were with my uncle, I said something like, "Oh yeah, like when Molly got put down, didn't she? She got put down because she bit people." And my brother went, "What? No, she didn't. She got sent to live on a farm because she'd been biting people, and they had to get her." And then my uncle went, "No, she didn't. She got put down." And it's just really brutal. Just tore that plaster right off.
Jesus.
It just reminded me of one of my early pets' death. I had 2 fish fittingly called Dick and Dom.
Oh, for God's sake. Why have we never heard about Dick and Dom?
I just remembered them at this moment. But I don't know if this... it was quite a while ago, so I can't quite remember. But I think this was my first encounter with pet death. My parents were very upfront about it and just said, "Oh, look, either Dick or Dom is dead." And so I, for some reason, decided to keep that fish in a little tin rather than dispose of it.
Michael.
I think it lasted in that tin for about 2 days before it got really smelly and I flushed it down the toilet. So that was my the wonderful send-off to, let's just say, Dick. It was Dick that got flushed.
Dick and Dom in the toilet bowl.
Yeah.
Very good.
It's very tricky, though, around kids. Turn of phrases and things that as an adult it's absolutely fine, but there's mishaps are very easy.
That teacher was just saying it as a
euphemism
to coin a phrase. Yeah.
I once helped out at a beavers for that's part of Scouts in the UK. I don't know if it's different in other countries, but beavers is very young children are in beavers, and then it's cubs, and then it's Scouts. And I once helped out and looked after the beavers, one like beaver session, which sounds filthy.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
And we were running around like in the park connected to the scout hut, and there was, I can't remember what caused me to say this, but I was with one of the children, and I said something like, well, we're all, it sounds, there's no way I can say this where it's going to sound good, right? But I promised that there was important context that made it okay, like that made it make a bit more sense. And that was that, hey, we're all going to be eaten by worms anyway. And this kid was like, what? And then I realized, he doesn't know what death is yet. Maybe that just stopped the conversation here. And I was like, it doesn't matter. And then just moved on. And he just, went about his day happy as Larry. But it's so easy to do.
Yeah.
Something just that you do not think about at all. And
it's quite a foundational moment, isn't it? That's like a big shift in who you are as a person.
Yeah.
He just
he doesn't know what happens when people die.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I have many uncles, which is why a lot of my anecdotes begin with, my uncle did this. It's not always the same uncle, I'm afraid. That would be really exciting if it was. But I've got one uncle who's really just, I don't know, he's a bit away with the fairies. I don't mean that in a medical sense. Like, I'm not trying to just be rude about a guy with issues, but he's just kind of accident prone and kind of, I don't know, he's a silly man, really. And we were away on holiday once when I was like 7 or something, and we had some goldfish, and we asked if he would just nip round and feed the fish, because we were away for like a week and a half or 2 weeks. So as a kind of a shortcut, what he did was, the first time he went there, he went through the front door and he went all the way through the house and up the stairs to where the fish were. And so what he decided to do was to bring the fish tank downstairs and put it like near the front door, so he could just quickly nip in every day, put the fish food in, so he didn't have to keep going all the way up through the house. A bit lazy maybe, but anyway, he did that. What he didn't realise was that he had put them on a windowsill that was right above a radiator. And it being the middle of winter, we had the heating going on for like an hour a day to keep the pipes moving. So the fish died. They were sort of boiled to death, or maybe the sun got them. I don't know if maybe they got really hot in the direct sunlight. Probably not, but I don't know. They died. And weirdly, I don't know what his plan was here, but I swear this is what he did. I can't begin to imagine why, but I think maybe what he'd done was he flushed them down the toilet because he was like, oh, well, they're dead. And then he probably thought, oh, no, the kids might be really sad that they didn't at least get to say goodbye to the fish. So what he did was he got a vegetable peeler, like a carrot peeler or potato peeler, and he put 3 peelings of carrot in the bottom of the fish tank.
What the fuck?
As though they were dead fish. So he wasn't trying to save us from the mortality of the issue.
Just thought you'd like to see them.
He just thought we'd want to see them and not realise that it was slices of carrot in there. And we did. My sister, who, as I say, is younger than me and was probably 5 years old, came through the door and said, "There's carrot in the fish tank. Where are the fish?" I don't know what the plan was. I really don't understand the logic there, but that did happen.
That's quite ingenious, though. I kind of respect it because it's very out there. But Jesus Christ, yeah, what was the trail of thought there?
Yeah, bizarre.
Jesus.
Just when fish get very old, they turn to carrots.
Yes,
they do.
That's where carrots come from.
Yeah.
All the dead fish.
Yeah. On the
Thank
subject
you for your
of
thing, Peter.
You're very welcome. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope we're all sufficiently brought down now by talk of dead pets. On the subject of animals, I've got a question here from Callum Story at Callum Story 1 on Twitter, who says, if you had to be killed by an animal, which would you choose?
I guess you go for efficiency or flair. That's the main crux.
Yeah, would you want to at least go down in a blaze of glory and maybe be sort of famous? or have news stories written about you, or would you just want something that's going to kill you instantly? Maybe a famous animal, maybe like a famous kind of harmless animal, just to like shock the world. That could be fun. Or maybe Ken Allen. I'd like to be killed by Ken Allen.
Ken Allen. Yeah, what a way to go. You got in his way during an escape, and he doesn't take any prisoners at that point.
Shivved you on the way out.
He's posed for a photo beforehand.
Yeah, yes, as it's happening. For context, Ken Allen is from the previous episode of Podiots. If you've not listened, go listen.
What was the name of that dog that got killed and abducted by the psycho seagull?
Oh God, I always forget this. Dog. It was something cute.
What was it called?
Come on, where is it?
Gizmo, was
Gizmo,
it?
Gizmo. That's the one.
I want to be killed by Gizmo because then we can totally change the narrative, and the seagull is the hero who took out the murderer, Gizmo.
I like it.
Yeah, or maybe the seagull drops Gizmo onto you, and it's Gizmo's used as a murder weapon.
Or if you were killed by the psycho seagull, which I guess canonically is also the one that abused Dave Benson Phillips, if the psycho seagull ate you, it could shit and vomit you all over Dave Benson Phillips' car, which is an interesting way to go.
Yeah, it could.
Oh, wow. Yeah, the circle of life continues.
You could be liquefied and just left all over Dave's car.
He wanted to be left out of it, and now we're left all over him.
Yeah.
I think purely just to feed headlines for news articles across the world, I want to be murdered by a crow.
A murder of crows? Or
a murder of crows. Think of all the tabloids. They'd love it.
That's my blaze of glory, is have being in the tabloids for one day and then forgotten about entirely.
Yeah.
That's how I want to go.
Love it.
Amazing.
Who's got a thing?
I have a thing, and also I was just going to give a quick update on Snappies. Since tweeting out the photo of us on the page for the Google listing, Connor Bennett has now added a photo of Dave Benson Phillips in a bull pit, so that's on there.
Oh, good.
So that's good, and Google is currently reviewing your suggestion, Snappy Tomato Pizza, Bristol, Podiots, Feldhoyer's Meatfacery as the name. I can't see if they've approved the opening date yet, but that is currently still in flux. We'll have to wait and see what goes on there.
By the time the episode comes out, it may have all been approved. Go and have a look right now, listener.
Yeah, go check it out. It's probably not going to be, but it's happened before, so good.
It has.
We've all seen Moana, haven't we? The wonderful Pixar?
I've not.
We've all seen Moana, haven't we?
We've all seen Moana.
We've all seen Moana. And we all love Big Dwayne, don't we? The Rock.
Oh,
yeah.
Boy Rock.
We love him. And he do a great job voicing Maui, with his song, What Can I Say Except You're Welcome, that one.
Yeah, from Moana.
From Moana, our favourite film that we've all seen. I saw a tweet going around a little while ago now, and I bookmarked it at the time. Someone was doing a little bit more research into Maui after watching Moana, and there's a section on Wikipedia about Maui's death that's particularly interesting. So I decided to bring that as my thing so we could talk about it just a little bit. So a bit of context about who Maui is, even though we're all big fans of Moana and we've seen it and we know what his deal is. Maui is and then it says in brackets, Maui is the great culture hero and trickster in Polynesian mythology. Very rarely was Maui actually worshipped, being less of a deity and more of a folk hero. His origins vary from culture to culture, but many of his main exploits remain relatively similar. Tales of Maui's exploits and adventures are told throughout most of Polynesia. They can be traced back as far west as islands off New Guinea. Some exploits common to most Polynesian traditions are stealing fire for humans from the underworld, fishing up islands with his magical hook, and capturing the sun to lengthen the days. There is a great deal of variation in the representations of Maui from nation to nation, from being a handsome young man to being an old, wise, wandering priest. Although Maui was said to be very rascally, or kolohe, I think, Many of his deeds were to better the lives of his fellow people. He was respected throughout most cultures of the Pacific and is still famous to this day. So, to recap, Maui created Hawaii. He stole fire from the underworld. He made birds that were previously invisible, visible. So before Maui, there were birds, but no one could see them. He tamed the sun. Hero. I know. He tamed the sun, and he once pulled up a giant fish that would become the North Island of New Zealand. But we're going to talk about his death. So this is also from Wikipedia. His last trick, which led to his death, involved the goddess Hine Nui Tepo, I think. Okay. In an attempt to make mankind immortal, he changed into a worm, and Maui entered her vagina, intending to leave through her mouth while she slept.
Okay.
But he was crushed by the obsidian teeth in her vagina, and he died.
Right.
And that's how the legend of Maui ends. Voiced brilliantly by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in the Moana film. It was a deleted scene. It's on the Blu-ray. You have to go and you have to spend more for that bit. So there's frustratingly little context to that death. So I looked into it a little bit further, and I found, I'll say it right now, a very abridged and truncated version of events. And also, I want to stress that I am not trying to make light of several people's mythology, but I just want to share this fascinating end to a folk hero with you. So I went to aminoapps.com/c/mythology to learn more, which is where we all go to learn more about mythology.
Yeah.
And it says, because of a mistake during his blessing by his parents, like Achilles, he was only partially immortal, and so, in his infinite wisdom, decided to not only get immortality, for himself, but for humans as well. But the only way was to enter the goddess of death, Hine Nui Tepo, through her vagina and out her mouth. The reversal of birth. See? So it's immortal, right?
Yeah, that's how babies happen. You eat a baby, and then you give birth to it. That's how babies are born.
That is what I understand.
Yeah.
That is what I understand. With his friends, the forest animals, and specifically the birds, it says, he shapeshifted into a worm.
Well, they owe him, don't they?
They do.
Yeah.
They were being ignored all these years and they didn't understand why. After telling all of the animals to not make a noise, he then began to enter Hine Nui Tepo through her vagina. The Piwakawaka, the native fantail species, this is a bird that he's made visible, began to twitter and make noise, awaking the sleeping goddess, and instantly she squished the worm with her thighs, causing Maui's death, and the death, it says, of all humans, which doesn't seem right, but that is what it says there.
No, I don't think in that moment, but I think it sealed the fate,
of our mortality. Of them to not have, not be immortal. Okay, that makes a bit more sense. But there we are. A little bit of a tidbit of what happened to everyone's favourite demigod from everyone's favourite Pixar animated movie, Moana. He got killed in a giant vagina.
Well, if you're going to go somehow, go doing what you love, I guess.
Right.
It makes a wonderful basis for a children's film as well, I think.
It does.
I can't wait for Moana 2.
Yeah.
Moana harder.
Oh.
It's weird. I nearly brought along a thing today about Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Did you? We could have had a double bill.
We would have, but I'm going to do it next week instead. I was trying to verify whether I was reading what I was reading was actually true, because it just sounded made up, but it is true, and I will bring it next week.
Oh, amazing! I can't wait. Moana get immortality for the humans.
Sorry, this has been in my head for the last minute. I need to get it out. It wouldn't be a double bill. It would be a rubble bill. It's The Rock.
Okay.
I see. A rubble bill.
Thanks.
I can't believe you interrupted my bad joke for your bad joke.
I had to get it out, Ben. Go on, what's yours?
No, I did it already.
Oh, sorry.
It was so bad it doesn't bear repeating. It's done.
Oh, sorry. I got so swept up in my own that I discredited yours. I'm sorry, Ben.
No, it's all right. No, it deserved to be discredited. Peter, do you have another? Do you want to hop in on this? This Dwayne train.
What was the name of the bird that was making a noise?
It was, of course, the Piwakawaka.
No,
who wants to hear a joke?
I'm trying.
Waka. No? Okay.
Waka.
Bit of Muppets humour.
Waka, but loaded. Hang on, here we go. Ready? Ready? Waka D's nuts all over your face.
Oh, got him!
Yeah.
Sick.
Pretty good.
Excellent.
Pleased with that.
Well, I think that was a resounding success for that thing. Well done, me. Question?
Thank you, Ben. Yes, please.
Oh my god, my computer's. Oh, hello. Okay, wow. It just tried to switch to the document where my questions were, and it was like, I don't know. Gonna do the scary loading ring animation on your cursor, just to really make you terrified. Got questions here. One from Lexi at SimplyLexi1 on Twitter, who says, in what fictional world would you like to live or go on a vacation?
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good one, isn't it?
We've done. I think we've been asked this about where would you time travel to, or things like that. But I don't know if we've done this. You can go just for a trip, or you can go there to live forever. Fictional worlds. Problem is, by definition, most fictional worlds have some kind of high stakes conflict going on. I guess not all of them, but most of them do. Mm-hmm. I guess if you wanted a really chill time where you're going to be in relative paradise, you would maybe have to pick perhaps like something aimed at very young children, but not too young, because then it's kind of creepy, because there's all this sort of weird, happy, anthropomorphic, strange creatures running around or whatever. Like I would hate to live in Teletubby Land, for example. There aren't a lot of issues there. Mostly it's just Nunu ate the tubby toast again, but you have to live with Teletubbies, so that's pretty bad.
Nice.
But maybe I'd quite like to live somewhere to sort of go back to our nice time building dens in our grandparents' gardens. Or maybe live in a kind of an Enid Blyton world where all you really have to worry about is whether you're going to be home in time for tea. Or possibly, the smugglers at Smuggler's Cove or something like that. But for the most part, you're going to be all right. You're going to have a nice time. Or you could maybe take it slightly more idyllic from there, slightly lower stakes, even lower stakes. If you lived in say Beatrix Potter world or something, where that's
what if James Corden is there?
Oh no, not that one, not the modern one. There's sort of hand-drawn animated one, I think, or the books. But then, even then, you got big scary fox boys running around who are going to eat you. So perhaps that's not the place to live either. But something like that, I think.
Yeah, very pleasant way. You sit in a field and you eat jam sandwiches every day.
Exactly. Yeah. It'd probably drive you mad after a while, but at least temporarily, it'll be a nice little holiday.
Yeah, for a little short break. Why not? I'm erring towards is the first one that came to me, and it's the only one that stuck. But what the universe of Wallace and Gromit, but in particular during a grand day out, because Wallace and Gromit gets a bit too the mild peril is no longer mild as the films go on.
Yeah.
But in a grand day out, all of the dangers it's situated on the moon, and I just think, the world they live in, they've got good crackers and they've got good cheese. I'm happy with that. And I think it'd be quite fun to live near a wacky inventor who's built a rocket ship.
Yeah.
And just see what the fallout is for that in the village as news reports flood in the next day of local bald man's garden opening up and spitting out a rocket. And it'd be quite fun to just sit back and watch that.
Yeah, because even if you do go to the moon, if you find yourself, if your wish gets corrupted by your genie and you get sent to the moon rather than West Wallaby Street, they can breathe up there. The moon rock actually looks kind of tasty, the moon cheese looks really delicious. They looked like they were doing all right, to be honest. I know that Cooker looked slightly threatening, but he just wanted to go home, really.
He did.
He wanted to go skiing.
I've never been more terrified as I was when that cooker starts waving angrily after them and coming down the hill, even though he's just trying to get there with the music as well. Oh, yeah, it's really scary.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that image of it holding the truncheon as well. It's I don't know. It is a really horrible scene.
Yeah, the truncheon's pretty bad actually. Yeah. But yeah, on Earth in the Wallace and Gromit world would be nice.
Yeah, Wallace and Gromit adjacent.
Wallace and Gromit adjacent. Yeah, lovely. Well, if there wasn't an inherent threat of danger, and I couldn't die. Maybe like Wreck-It Ralph Land, where you're just walking around and you can see all this cool stuff going on. You know,
that's a good shout. I like that.
That'd be pretty cool. Alternatively, Hobbiton from Lord of the Rings, which of course doesn't actually exist in real life in any sense. So, completely fictional, and you cannot visit it. So, just something like that. But that as an actual alive, bustling place where everyone's just. The most danger they face is just people, just petty infighting. But at the end of the day, everyone gets pissed together and eats too much food and listens to good music. You know, and that sounds kind of nice, doesn't it?
Well, because even like in the Lord of the Rings films, it never really went south at Hobbiton. I know everything else, but you know, it was pretty spooky elsewhere with all your ring wraiths riding around and stuff. But like, I think the closest thing that happened there is one of the ring wraiths went to like a nearby.
Yeah, one of the
like it asks one of them for like directions, doesn't it?
Bagfoots or whatever the hell they're called.
Yeah, but that's basically it. You know, I think the hobbits just have a great time for the entire trilogy. They don't even know what's going on elsewhere.
They're so sheltered.
Yeah,
I'd love to be there.
That'd be a fun resort to set up where you arrive and it's all built up like Hobbiton. They take your shoes off you, hand you a cask of mead and some cheese.
They hand you some Crocs, but they're flesh-coloured and they have furry toes.
Brilliant.
All inclusive, yeah?
Absolutely. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, God, wonderful. Well, it's time for a thing.
It is my go, so I will present my thing. I come with a landmark piece of local journalism. This is from The Mirror. And the headline reads...
I'd actually be on the Mirror.
It's clearly the epicenter of all culture of Britain. The headline for this article reads, "Woman keeps smiling potato in the freezer for 5 years because it looks, quote-unquote, friendly."
Oh, no.
A woman?
It's the carb-based side dish to Meatface.
Potato face. Just one potato smiley to share.
It's where they come from, the potato smileys. This is the mothership, the hive mind.
Yeah, this is another contender for the friendly face alliance. Oh God, I had a word there, but I've lost it. Oh well, it's another item of food with a face on it.
The friendly facery.
Friendly facery. That's it. Thank you. There we go. That's good. That's a good brand name, actually. Just all foods, but with faces on it. Every food. Anyway. I'm a big fan of this person's name. Laurie Bricks, good strong name, has been keeping a friendly potato in her freezer for 5 years after she refused to cook with it because the spud looks as though it's smiling at her. I am going to very quickly send a picture of the spud in question and I'll describe it for you at home. If you
I thought it was a potato smiley, not a potato with a smiley face on it.
Oh no!
I'd worked out that it was a potato, but didn't think it would look like that. That does not look friendly.
No, it is quite horrifying. It reminds me quite vividly of Fungus the Bogeyman in a lot of ways. It's a lovely round potato, I must say, with two perfectly circular eyes, and then just a little kind of dot for the nose. And a really evil-looking mild grin. You can kind of picture what a potato with a face looks like. The article continues. The potato features clearly defined eyes, nostrils, and a smiling mouth. And Laurie and her husband, Michael Bricks, have even decided to name the cheery carb Pete.
Okay.
And after sparing the spud, Laurie and Michael also threw together an impromptu photo shoot featuring pictures of Pete reclining in a chair, sitting at a dinner table, and watching TV.
You got those photos for us, Michael?
Unfortunately, I don't have them. I did have to do a quick search for them. They must be out there somewhere. I can't believe they're not included in the article. Ben, maybe, or someone, if maybe you could have a hunt for those. I'm going to give you the article just as source material.
Sure.
I'd love to see those. I'm giving you some work. 5 years later, 51-year-old Laurie recently unearthed Pete from his chilly new home and found the potato is now sporting new additions, including an ice beard and sprout feet. And 5 years on, Pete is looking just absolutely abhorrent and really needs to be put out of his misery.
5 years.
It's not even. It doesn't even resemble the smiley potato he once was at this point. He's disheveled, discoloured, and riddled with ice.
Is it worth it? I mean, I guess, he doesn't take up much room, so it's not like a massive inconvenience, but who sees that sitting in the bottom of the freezer drawer, like, oh yeah, that's that smiley potato that I kept, and thinks, yeah, I'm gonna leave that in there another year. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that there.
Surely at that point they've got the use out of it. They've had the photo shoot. He's not the beautiful young man he once was. But Laurie from Parker, Colorado, US has said she won't be chucking the spud away anytime soon, as she wants to keep Pete for another 5 years so that she can do another photo shoot that will mark a decade since she found her. I wish I had these kind of long-term goals. She said, I found him 5 years ago in a bag of potatoes from the supermarket. I was pulling them out to make hash browns for breakfast and spotted his little face smiling back at me. I couldn't turn him into a hash brown because he was just so friendly looking. He just made me laugh so hard. I couldn't throw him away or eat him. I remember thinking it would be a shame to get rid of him. This is a line of the article. I named him Pete because I thought he just looked like a Pete. Fantastic.
Good.
I'm going to say it. Laurie Bricks is fucking insane.
The husband's going along with this as well, so this is the perfect couple.
Yeah.
It might have been a couple of glasses of wine later on that evening that inspired me to do the photo shoot. I just thought, we've got to take some pictures of him, and I wanted to make them exciting. I had a childhood dollhouse with some cute furniture, and I used them. I really need these pictures. Where are they? Mirror?
I can't find them. There's a few places that have.
The article.
Yeah, she might have just said that she did it. I don't know why they haven't gone anywhere. All I can find are a couple of other reposts of this story, including one that appears to have been translated into a different language and then back into English.
Oh, good. Should have brought that
Laurie
one.
got the idea to keep the potatoes in the fridge from Laurie's sister. Laurie also did a photo shoot with these potatoes. Laurie, 51, was reminded of Pete the other day. Laurie immediately pulls him out and prepares for the next photo shoot. Pete is still sitting there with that smiling face. Pete has a beard and legs. Also watch, an uncontrolled lorry crashed into a house.
Oh, was it Laurie Bricks?
I have absolutely no idea.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
They're all using the same photos, though. I can't find it.
Oh, that's a shame.
Can't find it.
After we've done recording, I'll see if I can find them and chuck them on the thread, because they've been talked up so much. They have to exist. But it turns out it's not just Laurie and Michael who are a bit different. Also, the rest of the family encouraged this act. I got the idea to freeze him from my sister. She had a cake with a celebrity on it from when she was young, and she froze that and took it everywhere we went because she loved it so much. I was like, I could freeze him.
Took it everywhere we went. Good grief.
This is insanity.
Oh, we've forgotten the George Michael cake. Put him in his his ice box. Bring him out.
Dear.
After remembering Pete was in cold storage last month, Laurie decided to throw a second photo shoot in which she gave the potato a tiny Stetson. Sorry, what's a Stetson?
Cowboy hat.
Yeah,
Stetson.
hat.
Oh, is that what they're called? Stetson. Oh, yeah. Oh, cute. We gave him a tiny Stetson and set him up so he looked as though he was fishing in a puddle.
Oh.
She added, I wanted to check on him, and he's doing great. Is he? Is he?
Okay.
He's still smiling and is still happy. He's got some frosting around the chin. He's aging well. He's also grown some little feet. I think those are sprouts. He looks like he's got little winkle picker shoes on. The whimsical language in this article.
Yeah.
Winkle picker shoes for reference are pointy shoes.
I'm surprised that potatoes will sprout new little potato buds when they're in a freezer. That's news to me.
Hardy.
Pizza fighter. I took more photos and then put him back in the freezer. I'll get him out in 5 years' time to mark a decade of him being with us. Laurie has since shared some photos from the shoot on social media and has racked up more than 2,000 likes, shares and comments on her posts. They are out there. She said, I didn't realise how happy he was going to make people. I think everybody needs something silly right now, and I think it hit the spot with everyone. People were saying it had made their day, and that made me happy. And delighted social media users were thrilled by the snaps. One person said, just knowing there are people out in the world who do this makes my heart happy, while another added, this is kind of weird. Thank you for this true blessing. And that's the tale of Pete.
Incredible.
And what a tale.
Destined to spend the rest of his life in a cool chamber, never seeing natural daylight until he's forced out at retirement and made to put on little outfits and pose like he's fishing. What a nightmarish existence for this poor man.
What if, heaven forbid, something horrible happens to the Bricks family and he's forgotten about and he's left in the freezer forever?
Oh no.
Don't even say that.
Imagine being like the next family that move in. You find the potato in the freezer. Would you even acknowledge it had a face? We just go, oh, what's that doing in there? Let's put it in the bin.
I'd sell it. I'd sell the house. Move out.
Fuck yeah.
Freezer's haunted.
That's it. This place is haunted by poor Pete. Oh yes, that's my thing. What a delight.
Wonderful.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you, Mikey.
You're welcome.
I've got a final question here. It might be a short one, if my answer is to anything to go by. Tommy the Wank Engine at TrigglySirIT says, do you all have any allergies? And if so, have you had any bad allergic reactions? I don't have any allergies, as far as I'm aware. I've got hay fever, which I think technically is, an allergic reaction to pollen, but I don't have any, interesting ones.
I don't have any allergies either. I did used to be a bit allergic to orange juice, at least as a kid.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if I was actually allergic to it, but whenever I drank, Sunny D was the main offender, which is maybe more speaks to the chemicals in that drink than anything else. But it would just, whenever I drank it, I'd break out in hives.
Oh no,
Jesus!
I kept trying it again and again as a kid, and every time it just fought back. And then years later, I thought, maybe now's the time. Maybe now I can enjoy Sunny D. And it was fine. I had no reaction. Never had a reaction since. Not that I regularly drink it, but it's a transformation story for you. You too can overcome your inability to process certain things.
Excellent.
Amazing.
Any allergies, Ben?
Nope. No allergies. I can't use fairy washing up liquid because it really irritates the skin on my hands. So I have to use, not that I have an issue with this because it's cheaper, I have to use Supermarket's own because it's diluted and it's not as strong. But I wouldn't say that's an allergic reaction necessarily, but it really, really hurts my hands.
I don't know what counts as allergies or not, but I have to use non-biological washing powder. If I wash anything in bio, I get a bit itchy. But I mean, literally just a bit itchy. I don't get like hives or anything. But the worst thing is if it's just like some clothes that I'm wearing for the day, then I'll be a bit uncomfortable for the day. But if I'm staying somewhere for a week or whatever, and they've used bio washing powder on their bedding, and I've got to sleep in it for like 5 nights, that's not good. But yeah. Wow, well, there you go. No is basically the answer.
No,
Tommy.
No, we're all
no, we don't.
Healthy as fuck.
Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah.
Well, is that everything then?
Yeah, that's it.
Excellent. Thank you so much for sending in your questions, everybody, and thank you, boys, for your things. Michael.
You're very welcome.
Hello.
Is there a store?
Oh my God, is there? And ladies and gentlemen, I would like to formally announce, although we've always heard this elsewhere at this point, there is new merch on this very store that has the address of store.yogscast.com. If you head over there right now, you'll find, as well as the classic collection of Vidiots hits, all the finest Vidiots hits, you'll find a new, delightful, is a word of describing it, shirt depicting everyone's favourite Vidiots moment, where Ben said it is beans time during the worst cooking ever video.
It
You
is.
can go buy that now, chuck it in your basket, maybe treat yourself to something else as well. The mug would go great with your beans time t-shirt. May I recommend that pairing? Go check it out, give it a look, give it a buy, wear it on your body, and get lots of compliments, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
That's store.yogscast.com.
Fantastic.
Go and have a look.
Fantastic.
It's excellent. It's an excellent Mikey original artwork. It's really good stuff.
Most certainly.
I toiled over that thing for hours. So please buy one. That's my sales pitch.
Go and get it now. We're also available on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, all.com/Vidiots.
Vidiots official.
bit.ly/Vidiots official Discord if you want to go say hello to some people on there. Twitch.tv/Vidiots official as well. And remember, streamlabs.com/Podiots donations. Donate £3 or more to get a shout out at the beginning and the end of the show and join Pod Squad. Mikey, kick us off once more, please.
Dildo shaggins. Can't shack it. Caroline, the fish are dead. That was relevant. Hey.
Yeah.
Bring a bucket and a mop for this. Wet ass blobby. Stephen Scordes, pro trainer, and did you eat those plops?
I've just realised, I think you were right that bring a bucket and a mop for this wet ass blobby are three that all go together, but it works the other way. Caroline, the fish are dead. Bring a bucket and a mop for this.
It does.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Anyway, Kevin from Con. Mr. Blobby becomes an MP. Mr. Black. Fuck you, Freddie Webber. Sorry, Freddie Webber. Mr. Macca. Serpentico, was it?
Serpentico.
Serpentico is in my boy stable. Don Acco 7. Prince Beefcakes and Ken Allen, Mr. Fatty team up when...
God, the way you say that makes it sound like there's another one.
Well, it's because I know that you're going to lead on, so I don't want to say, and Ken Allen, Mr. Fatty team up when, as though that's the end of all of the things.
You're right.
So I inflect upwards so that you can then pick it up.
Okay, I'm ready. Can you cue me in again? I'm ready now.
Yep. And Ken Allen, Mr. Fatty team up when...
Caroline for Meatfacery CEO. Donate early to get fast crew. Your mama so fat, finish pulse. Being witty is hard, so boobs. Mr. Blobby marries Caroline. Caroline Blobby get divorced. Shouldn't donate pissed. One-on-one with the piss taker and Gemma the stove.
Stove? Yeah. Anyone? No, that's it.
That's the end. Thank you so much, all of you, for supporting us and joining the Pod Squad for this week. £3 or more. Streamlabs.com/Podiots donations. Well, I suppose what we should ask now is what's out on Vidiots this week?
So we have got, coming out this week, Prove It, Passepartout, the Starving Artist live action challenge. Creating Our Citizen Kane, You're in the Movies.
Oh, nice.
Memory cards for June 25th, Day of the Tentacle. 9 Nintendo Power and Banjo-Kazooie. 19 dough. 9. Podiots episode 9. Devastated. Post some tat number 19. Miley's biggest fans. Worst games ever game selection for the 28th of June. That's today at time of recording. How exciting. Happy anniversary, that video. Worst games ever Shrek treasure hunt. Then Vidiots channel update. But that's worst games ever now weekly. So
that was the good
I think
update.
That was the good one. Yeah. WarioWare on steroids -Bishy Bashy special. A troubling start. Vanilla Minecraft episode 1.
Oh, fuck it. We're doing a Minecraft series.
We're doing a Minecraft series. Post some tat number 20. Billy Ray Balrus. And finally, this week, Noob versus Pro Quake 3 Arena Challenge. That went well, didn't it, Mikey?
I don't like to talk about that video. Thank you. Oh dear, what a week!
What an incredible week. Hey, Mikey, where you at?
At Parrot Boy on Twitter, best place to keep up with all my comings and goings. Sometimes stream on Twitch. Hopefully get back to that soon. Go check it out. Cheers.
Peter, where are we?
We are at Team Triple Jump as a twosome, but also with other people, such as our co-presenter Ashton and some excellent writers and editors. But we are also separate on the internet at confused_dude and at that Peter Austin on Twitter. I'm also on Instagram. Come and have a look at us as individuals and as a team.
Did you see the image I put in the chat?
Both
no, I didn't. I was
fantastic.
too busy reading. I saw it come. I saw the alert.
It's quite distracting.
Oh, wow.
Bloody brilliant.
I was just looking through their Facebook page. There's one photo of a really badly photoshopped slice of pizza going into a hippo's mouth, advertising their large meal deal, which has 10 likes. And then there's a brilliant one for Her Majesty's celebrating 70 years of Her Majesty's loyal and devoted service to our country. Hip hip hooray! Snappy delivers for your street or garden party. Celebrate with our huge 24-inch beast party pizza. Feeds 10 to 12.
So good.
I like that the hippo image has a watermark on it that says copyright
It does.
www.hickerphoto.com.
I didn't see that.
My favourite thing about the hippo photo is the fact it's a slice of pizza from a clearly circular pizza, not Snappy's straight mark square pizza.
True.
I just feel like I need to add these photos now. Share it.
Yeah, stick them in the thread for sure.
Let the world see them.
Open original. There we are. Copy that hippo eating a really good slice of pizza. Yum yum.
I think Her Majesty had a Snappies on Jubilee Day.
She does live in a big square house, doesn't she?
She does.
A really big
yeah.
square house with little square bits around the outside. Anyway, what are we doing? Why not leave us an iTunes review, a 5-star review, please, or a review/rating on your platform of choice. It helps something to do with Al Gore's rhythms. Do we have a final question before we fuck off?
Anyone got any interesting allergies? Better answer than us? That seems to be the go-to final question now. It's just pick the worst question that we answered today and give us better answers.
Do better than us, please.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you so much for listening, everybody. Go buy yourself a It Is Beans Time shirt, and we will catch you all very soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.